Tanzania is one of the most impoverished countries in the world. People are unable to receive many of the basic needs that we take for granted. Children there must put up with harsh treatment, many of them being orphaned or abused by their families. Of those children, young girls are the worst off. Their education is limited, and they are routinely abused by people in their communities, including their own fathers. But those are the lucky ones. Many are thrown out into the streets with no one to take care of them. That's where Jbfc comes in. The Janata L. Bachelor Foundation for Children, also known as Jbfc, was set up by Christopher Gates in order to help young girls that were abused. Founded in 2009, it is located outside of Mwanza, Tanzania, on the shores of Lake Victoria. It is the home for 45 orphan girls from ages 6 to 18, although they have some girls as young as 4 living there. It is also a school for about 300 boys and girls from pre-K to 4th form, our senior year. And it is one of the most acclaimed schools in the nation. It is also almost completely self-sustaining, with large farms and animal pets for their food. Christopher Gates was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma. When he was in middle school, he wanted to go on a safari in Africa. His grandmother said she would take him, but first he had to go on a mission trip. While he was there, he saw the living conditions of the Tanzanian orphans, and was horrified. When he returned to the U.S., he raised money to build chicken coops for the orphans. After graduating from college with a master's degree, he moved to Tanzania and set up Jbfc. In 2009, Chris started building the first dorms at Jbfc to take in girls from the streets of Mwanza. From there, he started expanding. He built a school for the local village kids, as well as the orphans. He set up a self-sustaining farm system for many of their food needs. He even built a public restaurant for people to come and dine in, and most of the food coming directly from the farm. The whole operation has been so successful that construction has begun on a second campus outside of Dar es Salaam, the nation's largest city. Jbfc's mission is to provide an equal opportunity for everybody, and in fact, the students received a leg up with the quality of schooling provided. There are hundreds of orphanages for boys in Tanzania, but Jbfc is one of less than a dozen girls' orphanages, and the only one with a school. Each year, dozens of people travel to Jbfc to volunteer, both as individuals and as school groups. The largest of these school groups are from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Bronxville, New York, Deerfield Academy, and Brunswick School. People volunteering there do many things to help out. That includes building maintenance and farming, as well as some more intellectual jobs, such as tutoring, being an assistant teacher, and in some cases, teaching an entire class. People need an education to do anything, whether it be building, cooking, farming, or trading. Girls in Africa have not been able to get any sort of education due to the extremely conservative culture and lack of school funding. Jbfc has a school set up so that both boys and girls can get an education. Once students from there graduate, most can get into college. Jbfc is one of the better funded schools in Tanzania, and therefore they can afford nice facilities. There are 6 dorms, each capable of housing 8 girls and a matron. There are separate buildings for the primary and secondary schools, each with separate classrooms and labs. There are 2 dining halls, one for the school and one for the orphans. There's a library with around 1,000 different books. There is a large eco-farming system which provides food for the school and orphanage. And there's a restaurant called Papa's for locals to come and eat. If you'd like to learn more about Jbfc, please visit their site at jbfconline.org.